There are moments in life that split you in two. The person you were before and the person you are after. Losing a father is one of those moments. Whether it happens to you when you're younger, older, or somewhere in between, it rewires you, and not always in ways that are easy to explain. Hey everyone, today's video is something that I've thought about for a very long time. It's not always easy to talk about, but hey, it's raw and it's real. Losing a father, whenever it happened to you, a year back, 10 years back, or just now, it changes you. And if you've gone through it or are going through it right now, I want you to know you're not alone. In the beginning, it feels surreal. You expect to hear his voice, see his name pop up on your phone, or walk into the room and just find him there. And then you remember, he's not. There's a silence that follows, not just around you, inside you. It's disorienting. It's like the world keeps moving, but you don't. You can't. You may find yourself walking through the world in a daze, hearing people talk, but not really hearing them. Seeing the colors around you, but the world just feels grey. Sometimes the world just does not pause the way you would like to. People keep going to work, cars keep driving, music keeps playing, but for you, time is fractured. Whether your relationship with your father was close or complicated, that absence carves a hole in you. And that hole, it has no borders. It seeps into everything. Losing a father brings up every emotion that you can imagine, and sometimes all at once. Sadness, of course, but also anger, regret, guilt. When a father's gone, you don't just grieve the person, you grieve that role. Who do you call when your car breaks down? Who helps you move? Who gives advice that you didn't ask for, but also kind of needed? And sometimes it's not even about what they added to your life. It's about what they represented. Stability, strength, home. Even if you didn't talk every day, even if you had arguments, when he was alive, he was an anchor. And now, you're drifting. Here's the thing no one tells you. When you lose a father, you change. Not just emotionally, fundamentally. You might become more responsible or more guarded. You start seeing life very differently. Time feels shorter. Relationships feel more fragile. You become a little more grown up overnight, even if you weren't ready for it. You might start pulling away from people, afraid to lose someone else. Or you might do the opposite and just hold on tighter. Some people grow closer to their family. Others feel like they've lost the glue that held everyone together. You start to ask a bigger question. Who am I without him? What kind of parent would I be? Would he be proud of me? Sometimes you start to carry their voice in your heads, their habits, their values. You start asking yourself, what would dad do? And without even realizing, you start becoming a part of them. Even in death, fathers teach us a few things. They teach us about legacy and what really matters. What do we carry forward? Sometimes it's the lesson they said out loud. Sometimes it's what we learn in their absence. You start noticing things. The way he handled stress, the way he treated others, the mistakes he made, the way he loved, even if he didn't always say it. And somehow all this shapes you more after they've gone than when they were with you. Grief turns you into an observer of everything they've left behind. Their handwriting, their tools, the scent on their jacket that you can't bear to wash. You realize that love never really leaves. It just changes. Grief is not something that you get over. It's something that you grow around. At first, it's overwhelming. Every memory is sharp. Every holiday feels incomplete. But over time, it becomes quieter. Still there, not just as deafening. You might start noticing pieces of him in yourself. His voice in your head, his humor in your laugh, his values in your decisions. As strange as it sounds, you do gain something from this tragedy. A deeper appreciation of life. A stranger sense of purpose. And sometimes a mission to just live life in a way that honors him. You carry forward what he gave you, even if it wasn't perfect. His memories, his laugh, his smile, his values, his story. Eventually, the sharp edges of grief will dull. You start laughing again. But maybe the laugh has an echo now. You start remembering the good things more than the bad things. You stop crying when you say their name and start smiling instead. And maybe, just maybe, you find ways to reconnect. through parenting your own kids differently or similarly because of what he taught you. You begin to build a new life. Not a life without him, a life with him, but in a different way. If you've lost your dad, whether it was expected or sudden, it changes you. It will change you, and you must let it change you. Because that's okay. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't have to move on. You just have to move forward. One step at a time, one memory at a time. You're still here, and he is still with you. In a different way, sure, but in every way that matters. You are not alone, and you're doing much better than you think you are. You have become someone who understands the quiet weight of absence. Someone who's learned to love harder because of what you've lost. Maybe you're watching this video because you're in it right now. Maybe it's been years. Maybe the wound is still raw, or maybe it's just a scar now. Whoever you are, know this. You are not broken. You're just becoming. Becoming someone who carries memory like a compass. Becoming someone who still hears his voice in the silence. Becoming someone who lives, not just for yourself, but for who he was and what he gave you. If this spoke to you, share your story in the comments. Let someone else know that they're not alone. And if you still miss him, that's okay. That's just love. Living on.